Hi everybody, Colleen Patrick-Goudreau from joyfulvegan.com. I'm here with my amazing, wonderful, beautiful husband, David. And I know many of you have seen David because I put kissy face photos all over the interwebs, and so many of you have seen his picture. And also in the 30-Day Vegan Challenge, you show up a few times in photos. And so today is our 20th anniversary. We've been together 20 years, although what's our official date? I never remember.
First date was January 29th.
He remembers. Our first date was January 29th. So after all these years, it probably works out to, today's probably something like
This
that.
gets us pretty close.
And we met 21 years ago. We met, what year? I don't know.
94.
We met in 1994. That was 21 years ago. And we met at Barnes & Noble. We were both working at Barnes & Noble. I was his manager. He doesn't like to admit that. He doesn't like that part of the story because he was a clerk and I
just remember it a little bit differently.
Yeah, it's interesting. Whatever. So after 20 years together, we thought, because people ask us all the time, what's your secret, whatever. There's no real one thing, but they were like, oh my God, you're a perfect couple, perfect vegan couple, and we are so not perfect, not even close. But we're doing some things right, and so we thought that we would share 10 things we do to keep our relationship strong, and we thought that would be helpful.
Yeah.
And so at the end, after you hear our ideas, I'd love to hear yours. So make sure you comment below and share your ideas and what you do in your relationships. And then also make sure at the bottom you can also comment, and you can comment who you think David sounds like, because people have had opinions over the years about what his voice sounds like or who his voice sounds like. So number one, we have our little list here. Number one is we like each other.
True statement.
It's a true statement. We like each other a lot. So it's really like, I really like this guy, which works out well, because that would be so annoying if I didn't like you and I had to live with you. That would be so annoying. But I genuinely like him and admire him. I could just do a whole video on all the things I like about David. But I think when that basic affection for just who that person is starts to wear off, or when the things that were really charming become annoying, I think that's when you might need, help in the relationship and intervention, or because I think if your partner is grating on you and the things that you once liked you don't like anymore, that's not good. And so that's number one. Number two is that we really like spending time together, and a lot of that I think has to do with the fact that we have common interests.
There's a lot of overlap, yeah.
Because we met in grad school, we met at the bookstore, so we already loved books and reading, and then we went to grad school together, so we were already involved with English literature. So well, it doesn't mean like every piece of music we love opera, but like David likes opera that I don't like. We love film, but there's some films that he's going to want to watch, like some whatever. I won't even say. And vice versa, he's not going to be interested in watching like some really sappy films that I'll watch, or shows, that kind of thing. So
That is true.
what are you talking about? And yet sometimes he does, because he's the best husband in the world.
Number three, we do a lot of things outside of our immediate relationship. So I'm a musician. I play in a band, for example. I do that once or twice a week. Colleen has a number of friends that you'll go out and do things with, separately, not involving me, kind of a thing. So making sure that there's room for those kinds of things too, for people that do what they're passionate about outside of what's immediately in the relationship is really important too. Phrasing.
Careful about that. We don't mean passionate about other relationships outside of our relationship. That could, careful.
Don't read too much into
it. Don't. But yeah, we have interests outside of our relationship. Number four,
we also have been doing this for a while, which is we create planned surprises for one another.
Planned surprises. I know it sounds like an oxymoron.
So they're planned, by one half of the couple, but a surprise to the other half is how it works. So, the idea here is to intentionally plan something that your partner's going to love. And we try to do it monthly, roughly. And it can be anything from there's a particular movie playing somewhere around here that Colleen doesn't know about that I want her to see, or something that I know she's passionate about. Maybe we'll go on a particular hike or go to a restaurant or a museum or a show somewhere or something like that. So, but it's really about kind of putting it on the calendar, making sure that we can both make time for it, but intentionally planning something that we know the other person's going to love.
Yeah, it's fun. Number 5, we laugh a lot. I think it's pretty obvious. We laugh a lot. I love making David laugh. I just like making people laugh. I like laughing, to be honest. And
you're funny, so that makes it easy.
That's very sweet. I don't know about that. But I do know that we do watch a lot of bleak. We do watch a lot of war movies and bleak kitchen sink dramas. But we also watch a lot of comedies. And we watch a lot of British comedy television shows. It's also how I keep sane around my advocacy work. If I'm watching some animals being tortured, it's always nice to go and watch a comedy right afterwards. So we watch a lot of, like Blackadder and The Simpsons, and David recently, I'm so obsessed with Archer now, and I'm always late to trends, always, and so we got into this very recently, and I'm so into Archer. Don't even say it. Oh, see, that's why I love him. Okay, he's my Archer. So we laugh a lot. Oh, number 6. It's kind of gross. Number 6 is a little gross. We tell each other we love each other, like, all the time. We really do.
It's a little much.
Like, right now, I know he wants to just say, I love you. I'm like, all right, I know. Sometimes you do. Actually, I'm a horrible person. Because sometimes he will say it again for the 50th time that day. Not 50th, 20th.
And you're like, all right.
I'm like, God, all right,
Jeez.
I know, I heard you. I heard you an hour ago. Love you. All right, number 7. We've done this Japanese tea ceremony a number of times, and one of the things that is so characteristic of the Japanese tea ceremony is being fully present in that space, in that moment, quite literally being as present as you could be in every way. And so we took that home with us, that idea of facing forward, whether we're communicating with each other, having just a regular conversation with each other, but really being present with each other. I mean, we don't have our phones in front of each other. Like, we actually will say, okay, I'm almost done with this thing, and then we put our phones down on our computer, and we are fully present with each other. Yeah, so that is number 7. Number 8 is, I'll spare David having to say it, just because I wrote this, David approved it, but he would never use this language. But we do dorky romantic things for each other still. Like, we still leave notes for each other. I left you one last night, I believe. Did you see it when you got home?
I did.
Because he got home very late last night. He got home at 2:30 from a business trip, and I was in the bathroom and I wanted to, because I was finally going to bed. You must have gotten home at 3 because I fell asleep at 2:30, and I was in the bathroom and I just wanted to leave a note, but there was no paper except for toilet paper, so I wrote "I love you" on a piece of toilet paper.
So romantic.
That's how bad.
I want to tell you what I did with the toilet paper.
Oh, no, David.
What? I put it in the garbage.
Didn't. Okay.
Jeez.
Wow. Number 9.
Number 9. We're very sensitive with one another around when the other needs support.
Mm-hmm.
Which
it's my rock.
Which happens, to everybody, right? So, being able to lean on someone when you're really having a tough time, whatever it is really important to us. And I think it's, I'm always amazed that when I need that kind of help from you, you just drop everything, and you're just so helpful and so thoughtful and helping me through the the challenges that I've got. So.
Oh, yeah. I mean, ditto. Gosh, yeah, ditto. And then I remember we did this when we wrote our vows for our wedding. One of the things that we said that really made sense to me is that we said that at the end of this concept of our relationship, there's a period, full stop. It's not a comma. It's not a semicolon. Of course, I had to use grammar analogy. Probably another analogy I could have used.
It's not an M dash or whatever.
Or an N dash.
Or an N dash.
Or, yeah. And so what it means is that everything that happens in our relationship gets worked out in the context of our relationship, meaning that it's unconditional. And that I know that if I make mistakes, and God knows I make mistakes, that it's all safe within this relationship, that I can make mistakes and David's still going to be there. So that is that. And number 11, I just think is really cute. So that works out.
Not so bad yourself.
That goes a long way. Thanks. So that's what we do to keep our relationship strong, and that's what we've been doing for 20 years, and hopefully another 20 years. 20 years.
If not more.
God, that's a long time, though. Let me get off. So what I want to hear about, and what we want to hear about, is what you do. Your ideas are, there are probably a million ideas that you have that we have not covered, and so please leave your comments below, and subscribe to this channel, and check out other videos that I've got here on this channel, and many more are coming. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope it provides some inspiration for you in your relationship, romantic or platonic relationships. Honestly, these can be applied to any relationship in your life.